All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. If you aren't hearing me, then you are not hearing me. But hopefully you've got your audio turned on and you can hear just fine. As always, post questions that you have in the chat window, and we'll hit them in real time or as we go. And get to the end, we'll cover anything that's not sort of pertinent. We're going to go through today something new that is available for you to grow your business. So this is more of a sales conversation. We're going to be talking about Locable's Impact Marketing Suite. Now, some of you have heard about this. We've teased it a little bit. We've had a few conversations with you. We're going to introduce what it is, how it works, why we're doing it, why it's good for you, all that good stuff. So we'll start by talking a little bit about local business challenges. And this is a general overview of the local marketing climate. We'll talk about what our marketing suite is and how it sort of solves problems for business owners. We'll talk about why it's good for you. Obviously, you can make some money from it, or at least it will become obvious that you can make some money from it, but there's other benefits as well. And we'll talk about the commission structure that we're putting in place for you and the sales reps. So with that, we're going to go ahead and dive in. There's 20-something million small businesses in the U.S., and collectively they have a lot of spending power. And this is why you see so many startups, so many other companies getting into local marketing. Just looking at the graphic on the left, you can see retail spends about $25 billion a year, automotive $16 billion, and so forth on local marketing activities. What's perhaps more interesting and less well known is that local businesses spend even more on what's referred to as marketing services. About $390 billion a year is spent on things like websites and managing social media and those sorts of things. And so both advertising and marketing and presence are all important aspects for local businesses, but usually local publications are sort of limited to serving on the advertising and promotion side. So everything we talk about today will be about expanding that. Those of you who sat in at some point on a program overview or demo with us some time ago saw this slide. Business owners really are overwhelmed, and they're not taking advantage of what they should be doing around blogging and social media, email marketing. And so they're not getting as much out of their marketing efforts as they should. They're also not getting as much out of their promotional efforts with you as they should, because if they drive someone to their website and their website doesn't deliver, that's not good for them. There's this graphic here that Gartner put together, which is comical in its complexity. Now, we're not going to address all of these things with our Impact Marketing Suite, but clearly the local marketing landscape is complex. We prefer something a bit more straightforward. If you think about a local business, the core is their presence, their website, their Facebook page, the fact that they exist, the shingle that hangs on Main Street or so forth. And outside of that is prominence. It's, location, location, location. How well do people see them? The way they promote themselves. And this is where you generally come in. You're part of this promotion strategy. And then retention. Once they have a customer, how do they keep that customer? How do they keep them coming back? And so forth. And so what we're trying to do with Marketing Suite is help you as a trusted local brand address more of these items, which will make you more money, and frankly, it'll drive more promotional dollars, because with a good foundation in place, business owners are in a position to do more with you. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about the Marketing Suite, and then we'll be answering some questions. So the Impact Marketing Suite is the foundation, and it is highly connected to your website. So on the left, you have one of our publishers. On the right, you have sort of the impact site, as we'll refer to it. The biggest way that this is going to grow in the coming months and years is as an extension of your business directory. That is the handshake that brings businesses in, and then they'll have access to the Impact Marketing Suite. There will be other ways that businesses can get access to it, but that'll be the primary driver of this. So your brand and your relationships are critical. And so the first thing that we're working on is this site. So a lot of local businesses have bad websites, no websites, websites that are hard to manage, or sometimes just websites that aren't really a part of the marketing plan. they stand alone as sort of this dust gathering electronic location that no one goes to or gets any value from. And that's bad. And then you continue with things like email and social. How do I manage all my profiles, not just Facebook and Twitter, but City Search and Yellow Pages? I'm a realtor. Am I on Zillow? Am I on these other platforms that exist? And you continue to Yelp and so forth. And then, maybe I have some events or a deal I want to push out. Maybe I just want to broadcast. I've got a grand opening. Traditionally, all of these activities are very fragmented. I post one thing on my website, I go to social media for another, I send a separate email, maybe I pay for some advertising, then I have to go update my profiles. Again, it's very much a brute force effort. And so the problem that local businesses have is, one, they may not know they need to do this or how to do it effectively. And two, even if they know, they don't have time. And so the marketing suite seeks to solve these problems. And we'll continue to add more tools. We're going to introduce some things around alliance marketing, co-marketing within local businesses, and then the little recycling icon there that you see represents the retaining of existing customers, the loyalty side of things. So this is where we're going. Really want to provide a turnkey solution for local businesses that are trying to grow. So how does this process work? Well, on the left, you have sort of a local business's existing activities. And it could be their Facebook activities. It could be what they're doing with you if you're running a 5-star contest and you've got some businesses that are really driving a lot of activity and reviews and so forth. It could be any number of things. And so the impact system will allow them to synchronize initially just a couple, but eventually many of their existing activities and pull that data in. Then it will use that data to create a website for them. So instead of them having to design it and produce content and so forth, it will literally take the things they've already done, suck it in, and create a website, that foundation column. And that website, that foundation, will literally be the foundation of their future marketing activities. It will be mobile friendly and so forth. And then any changes they make to that website will be synchronized off-site. It'll be synchronized to your directory listings, potentially your calendar if they're posting events, but it'll also go out to things like Facebook and City Search and Yelp and so forth, so that one action, one activity that they take has multiple benefits. It's more valuable for them. And they'll also be able to do other nice things, like boost their posts to your audience, pay to promote something straight from their website to your brand, even buy things like print ads if you're a print publisher, or display ads, or sponsored content, or so forth. And so this process becomes very fluid, and it really takes you and doesn't put you in competition with other media, but really it puts you as the anchor for local businesses as they take action. And of course, you do have prominence. As a business considers what they're going to do to promote themselves, you'll be highly promoted. If you're curious, this little map marker with the circle around it, that is the logo for the Impact Marketing Suite. So let's talk about the marketing suite. So it starts with the directory. We've got upgraded listings and reviews tools. Those things are all in place now. And we're continuing to refine those and improve those and so forth, but that foundation's been laid. And so we're starting the marketing suite with the site component. It's important to note that not everyone who uses our marketing suite will need the site builder component, but it's the easiest way to get started and to deliver a lot of value. And frankly, a lot of businesses have really bad websites. We'll extend to include loyalty programs like coupons and business blogging, email marketing, and so forth. And then listing management. So this is the more hardcore managing of dozens of listings across the internet. Again, the Yelps and City Searches of the world. We'll incorporate some CRM capabilities so that people can keep track of customers. And down the road, we're also going to create a local API. That's a technical term. Basically, it's going to be a marketplace where, there's lots of folks that do payroll services for local businesses. They'll be able to offer those services through this marketplace. Valuable revenue generating services that you'll earn commissions on. So we have a landing page up promoting Impact at impact.locable.com, and it looks like this. We're just building out our wait list now and looking to grow this interest list. By the way, that picture you see is of my hometown. So we're continuing the Main Street concepts with local businesses and pulling them into the fold to help you create Main Street around all of them. So with that very fast introduction to impact, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about how it benefits you. So the first thing is, we've got this reviews widget, and this allows people to show off their reviews on their website today, and it highlights your brand, in this case, Southlake Style. The notion of impact takes this much further because it will have all of these things built right in. So the sites will be linked to their listings with you. And that means you've got this ongoing relationship that they're aware of you, that as they manage their site, they're seeing your brand. What is the value of those impressions when people update their website and they see your brand and they see the things that you can do for them? But it's also automated engagement in the sense that people get reviews and they get activity on their site, and there's these subtle suggestions that they look at expanding the reach of those things by pushing it to your site, or just knowing that people are leaving reviews on your site and they're showing up on their website. And of course, this is a great source of content because blog posts, events, reviews, all of these will be either automatically put into your calendar or accessible for you. So it fills it up, and there'll even be some options for you to highlight featured blog posts as more traditional content, or approach them for sponsored content series and so forth. It also really demonstrates alignment. And what I mean by this is that we don't just want to sell ads, but we want to solve problems for local businesses. And when you can come in and not just help them reach your great audience, but help them solve a fundamental problem that they historically don't understand, it really shows them that you're trying to build their business. And again, I mentioned this earlier, but it will improve their marketing results because they'll have higher conversion rates, which means they're going to be more freed to spend money with you, because they know if I drive someone from your publication or your website or your social media feed to my website, I'm going to make more money because it's going to close. It's not like they're going into a black hole that's not going to result in any new revenue. And finally, this may be the more interesting one, although that's at least very interesting, is that it gives you more ways to turn non-customers into customers. So you're limited in the number of people who are going to buy ads. Some people may not have the budget or view themselves as an advertising company or so forth, but they are readers and they are engaged and they want to reach your audience. And so this is the same refrain we have for the event calendar and the directory, but the notion here is that you can promote this through your normal daily activities beyond sort of selling it today, and business owners who were readers will start to become customers, and that's better than non-customers, clearly. So the Impact Marketing Suite is starting with this site builder, as I mentioned, and it will be completely mobile responsive and so forth and so on. The way that this will be structured is that we're looking for pilot customers, pilot site customers. They will pay a one-time $1,000 fee, $9.99, and they will have a website for life. So whether it's a day spa, the new business in town, the restaurant, you name it, the normal local businesses that you serve are eligible for this. And the reason we're doing this is we're trying to accelerate how quickly we can build this out by getting sort of committed businesses who frankly are spending less on this than they would be on a simple WordPress site in most cases, but also giving us feedback and refinement and so forth, because while we have a great vision, the details of what we need to do and what's most important to businesses and what just gets in their way needs to be sussed out a bit more. And so these pilot customers will be part of that plan. So as we start with this, what does that mean for you in terms of revenue? Well, pilot customers will pay $9.99, and you'll earn 25% commission on this. So it's a one-time commission, but for your sales reps who are out, who are talking, who are able to sort of generate a lead that converts, they don't even have to sell it, they just need to generate the lead. It's a nice commission. So you have the choice as to whether they earn 100% of this or whether you keep some and share to them. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment, but we'll pay $250 for each pilot customer. Now, how does this compare or contrast to sort of the post-launch customers? Well, the post-launch customers will pay around $40 a month for the site service. It may vary slightly, but it'll be right in that ballpark. And the commission there will be at least 25%. So you'll be looking at $10 a month on a recurring basis. Again, clearly not as much money up front, but it is a recurring revenue stream, and it will effectively be their website forever because short of them going out of business, this site is linked to all of their properties. It's going to be hard to replace, and frankly, they're not going to want to. It's going to be such an easy solution for them. I'll also stress that, again, because of the fact that you can attract non-customers today, you'll have a significantly larger marketing pool for this. So while you may only make $10 a month, if you have a few hundred people doing this, that's real money. And we will include additional services. So we showed you a little bit of the roadmap in terms of offering things like complete listing management, alliance marketing, and so forth. Those items will not be included in the $40 a month site or in the pilot customer, although pilot customers will have a discount on those. So there'll be sort of the base, which is around $40 a month, and probably ultimately the all-in price will grow to somewhere around $200 a month for someone using everything that we have to offer, and you'll earn commissions on that. People also will not be required to use the site builder in order to use some of these other tools, although it might make it obviously more efficient. And the other thing that might be interesting for you to know is that this can be sold out of market. So a lot of the things that are really exciting about where we're going with the marketing suite have incredibly more value with your brand than just as a standalone technology. However, the marketing site and the site builder piece that we're talking about specifically is valuable in and of itself because it will synchronize with Facebook and so forth. So even if someone just had a Facebook page, they'd be able to build a site out of that and get some efficiencies from Go. So should you have businesses and relationships out of market, you won't be limited to those in your market. So obviously that's interesting. So the marketing plan, pretty straightforward, obviously, including your existing sales presentations. Think of how many times you're out to people and they say, oh, do you know anybody who can build me a website? But it's sort of like, do you know anyone who can build me a bunker? It's going to sit over there and eventually I might use it, but it's just a sunk cost. So you want to look at folks who either have no website, clearly a bad website, bad being, ugly, doesn't make them look good, doesn't convert, or in some cases they don't have bad looking sites, but it's dated and it's hard to update because it's not using a CMS or it's too complicated or whatnot. This will be an incredibly straightforward experience because it's going to be very focused. So anyone who's looking for something super simple, this will be a great solution for them. Also, for those businesses that maybe you haven't called on for a while, or those who are less interested in advertising, perhaps sort of want to get their house in order, if you will, great reason to go back to them. This company we work with to power our site and to build our digital presence is offering a new service for local businesses. I thought you'd be interested. Happy to talk about that and, frankly, how it ties into all the marketing and promotion we can do for you with our brand. So you can take that approach and you can use it to get back in the door and sell more advertising. You can consider partnering with local organizations for a fundraiser. So this will be a self-service option in the future, which you'll earn commissions on as a publisher. But in the near term, a school or Boy Scouts or whatever that's trying to do a fundraiser, a lot of those folks, a lot of the parents of those kids run local businesses or know people who do. No reason why you can't sort of share the wealth, right? They sell some of these or they have leads that turn into pilot customers. We pay you $250, you pass along $100, $150 or whatnot, and you're supporting a local organization. The business gets a better website and you make a little money in the process. Finally, you can obviously promote it in email, social, and in print, and we're happy to work with you in that area if you're interested. So this has been an introduction to the Impact Suite. We're really excited about where it's going and what it will allow us to do with you to grow your business and to serve local business owners. I didn't get into all the details, but it will actually help businesses to partner, to work together, to tell their stories. It will be part of this community strengthening initiative that we've talked about from day one. So we hope that you see this as an opportunity, that something can fit right into your existing business and your sales approach. We've got some initial flyers and so forth. So if you're interested, let us know. And the process will be straightforward. Really, we're not looking for you to sell. We're looking for you to drive referrals and leads, and we'll get on the phone and explain things and so forth. And the first few sites, the first pilot sites, will likely be rolling out in a few months. Although if someone has an immediate need, and especially if they have no website today, we can do sort of an interim plan with them to get them something present as we sort of continue working on this on our end. So with that, I'll open it up to questions, and these questions can be about the impact tools we're building. It can be about anything we've talked about recently, or frankly anything that you're looking to address in your business.